Your cat just walked past you, looked you dead in the eyes, knocked your coffee off the table, and walked away without a single apology. And here's the thing, that wasn't an accident. Scientists have actually studied the relationship between cats and their owners, and the results? Well, they're not exactly flattering for us humans. Turns out your cat has been quietly running a psychological evaluation on you since the day they moved in, and based on their behavior, they've already reached a verdict. Today, we're going to go through 6 pieces of scientific evidence that suggest your cat thinks you are, to put it politely, not the sharpest tool in the shed. And the worst part? Every single one of these will make you think, wait, is my cat actually smarter than me? Spoiler alert, probably yes. Let's start with point 1, and this one hits different. Number 1, they train you, not the other way around. Let me ask you something. When your cat sits by their bowl and meows at you, what do? You get up, you walk over, you fill the bowl. Congratulations, you have been successfully trained. Here's what's actually happening. Cats are not meowing because they need to communicate with you. In the wild, adult cats almost never meow at each other. That sound, that specific, slightly annoying, perfectly timed meow, was developed specifically to manipulate humans. Researchers at the University of Sussex found that cats embed a high-frequency cry inside their purr and meow, a frequency that mimics the sound of a human baby crying. And our brains are hardwired to respond to that sound. We literally cannot ignore it. So while you think you're feeding your cat out of love and responsibility, your cat has simply hacked your parental instincts and is using them against you every single day. Your cat wakes up in the morning, stretches, and thinks, time to activate the human, and you, blissfully unaware, stumble to the kitchen in your pajamas and deliver breakfast on demand. That's not a pet, that's a tiny orange furry CEO, and you're the unpaid intern. Number 2, they knock things over on purpose and watch your reaction. We've all seen it. Your cat walks up to something on the table, a glass, a pen, your phone, makes direct eye contact with you, and slowly, deliberately pushes it off the edge, and then just watches. For years, people assumed this was random behavior, a quirk, a glitch, something cats just do. It is not random. It is a test. Animal behaviorists have studied this extensively. What cats are doing when they knock objects off surfaces is called environmental investigation with social monitoring. In plain English, they're testing cause and effect and watching how you respond. They want to know, what happens when I do this? Does the human react? How fast? How loud? Do they get the thing back? Do they give me attention? Your cat is literally running experiments on you. You are the lab rat, they are the scientist. And here's the part that should genuinely concern you. They remember the results. If knocking your water bottle off the desk gets them attention, they will do it again. If pushing your glasses off the nightstand wakes you up at 3 a.m. and you get up to feed them, that behavior gets filed away under highly effective strategies. Your cat has a database of your reactions, and they use it. Think about that the next time you pick something up off the floor while your cat watches from above with that completely blank expression. That's not boredom, that's data collection. Number 3, they genuinely don't think they need you. Science confirmed it. Here is a study that will make every cat owner feel slightly less special. Researchers at the University of Lincoln ran an experiment testing whether cats form what's called a secure attachment to their owners, the same kind of emotional dependency that dogs and human babies have on their caregivers. And the results showed that cats, unlike dogs, do not rely on their owners as a source of safety and security. When their owner left the room, cats were just fine. They didn't get distressed, they didn't cry, they didn't wait anxiously by the door. They found a sunny spot and took a nap. Meanwhile, dog owners left the room and their dogs looked like they'd been informed of a personal tragedy. Now, here's the funny part. Every single day, millions of cat owners come home, open the door, and say, "Did you miss me, baby? Were you lonely?" And the cat looks up from their nap with the energy of someone who has been asked a deeply irrelevant question. They weren't lonely, they were living their best life. You leaving was probably the highlight of their day. Does this mean your cat doesn't love you? Not necessarily. Some researchers argue cats do form genuine bonds. They just express them very differently to dogs. Basically, your cat loves you the same way a very independent person loves a convenient roommate. You pay the rent, you're useful, they appreciate that. Number 4. They have a better memory than you think, and they're keeping score. Cats have what scientists call episodic-like memory, the ability to remember specific events and, more importantly, specific outcomes. In plain terms, your cat remembers everything you've ever done. That time you accidentally stepped on their tail 3 years ago? Remembered. The time you put them in a carrier and took them to the vet? That is filed permanently under unforgivable betrayals. And here's the thing. Cats don't just remember events, they remember who was responsible. Studies have shown cats can recognize their owner's voice, face, and even smell with remarkable accuracy. They know exactly who did what. So when your cat walks past you and deliberately ignores you after you've done something they didn't appreciate, that is not a mood. That is a calculated, intentional, perfectly executed cold shoulder. Humans do the silent treatment. Cats invented it. And unlike humans who eventually forget why they were even upset, your cat will maintain that energy for exactly as long as they feel is appropriate. Not a second shorter, not a second longer. There is no negotiating, there is no, "but I said sorry." There is only waiting for the cat to decide the punishment is complete. Sound familiar? Because it sounds like every argument you've ever lost. They read your emotions and choose to ignore them. Multiple studies have confirmed that cats are capable of reading human facial expressions and emotional states. They can tell when you're happy, stressed, or sad from your face, your voice, even the way you smell. Let that sink in for a second. Your cat knows when you're upset. They can tell. They are fully aware. And then they walk out of the room. Research published in the journal Animal Cognition found that cats respond differently to their owners depending on their emotional state. But here's the key detail. They only really change their behavior when they think there's something in it for them. If your mood doesn't affect their food supply or comfort, it's largely irrelevant information. Now, to be fair, some cats do come and sit with their owners when they're upset, and when that happens, it's genuinely meaningful. But the point is, they have the ability to do it all the time, and they choose, based on their own calculation, when it's worth the effort. You, on the other hand, would drop everything if your cat so much as sneezed in a slightly unusual way. You'd Google it, you'd check 3 forums, you'd call the vet. Your cat knows this. They have watched you panic over a hairball. They have seen you rearrange your entire schedule because they seemed a little quieter than usual. And they sit there, watching, knowing. Honestly, respect. They've figured out exactly how much effort to put in, and it's the minimum. Here is the final piece of evidence that your cat is operating on a completely different intellectual level. Scientists who study cat cognition have found that cats are actually capable of solving complex problems, opening doors, operating levers, figuring out puzzle feeders. They have the cognitive ability to do quite impressive things. But here's what the research also shows. Cats will only apply that intelligence when they personally decide it's worth it. If they can get the same result by simply staring at you until you do it for them, that is the strategy they will choose, every time. Researchers noted that cats, unlike dogs, rarely look to humans for help solving a problem they could technically solve themselves, but they also, and this is the genius part, rarely bother solving it themselves when a human is available to do it. So your cat is not lazy. Your cat has simply outsourced all inconvenient tasks to you and has correctly identified that you will perform these tasks without complaint and without being asked twice. You open doors, you fill bowls, you provide warmth, you clean the litter box, you worry, you Google, you buy special food. And your cat? Your cat naps for 16 hours, makes one very strategic appearance on your lap when they want something, and collects all the benefits of a fully managed lifestyle. That's not stupidity. That's the most efficient life strategy ever devised by any species on Earth. So who's really the stupid one here? Look, your cat does not think you're stupid in a mean way. They think you're stupid in the way a very competent manager thinks about a reliable, enthusiastic, slightly clueless employee. They need you. They value you. They have, in their own way, chosen you. They just also know exactly which buttons to press, which sounds to make, and which expressions to wear to get exactly what they want from you at exactly the right moment. And honestly, after everything we've covered today, the training, the experiments, the perfect memory, the emotional intelligence they use entirely on their own terms, maybe the real question isn't whether your cat thinks you're stupid. Maybe the real question is, are they wrong? If this video made you look at your cat slightly differently, or if your cat is currently watching you watch this and judging you in real time, give this video a like. Subscribe if you want more videos that will make you question everything about your relationship with your pet. And in the comments, tell me one thing your cat does that you now realized was completely calculated, because I have a feeling the comment section is going to be very, very relatable. I'll see you in the next one.